Hello, One Piece people. How's it going?
We're doing a video on just kind of showing people the basics. If you haven't played or if you're very new to playing, this is a great video to watch.
Yeah.
We're going to go step by step and kind of explain everything best we can.
So you start out with a leader, and your leader has a color to it, and you can have a 50 card deck of only the color on your leader. For example, Ryan and I are both playing red, so our decks are all red.
This up here in the right hand corner is the power. As you can see, I have 5,000. He has 6,000. That's because he's Whitebeard. I have 5 life, which is this little circle in the right hand corner. That means that's how many cards that you're going to put in your life area. Once you deplete all 5 of your life and you take an extra hit after that, you have lost the game. And with Whitebeard, he has 6 life, but he also has a negative ability, which Turner will go into.
So you might think it's good, but it's maybe not so much. So once you get your leader and your color, you shuffle your 50 card deck before a tournament and usually present it to your opponent to cut. Do you have law in here? You do. So then after you cut your opponent's deck, or you can tap, you will roll a dice to see who goes first. Here's another leader that Ryan plays, is Law, and as you can see, this is a dual colored leader, but usually because they are dual colored, you only have 4 life, and that's to kind of balance it since you're able to use 2 colors. So normally we would do now a dice roll or rock, paper, scissors, decide who goes first or second, but I will let you choose.
You like to go second, so I'll go first.
Alright, so then once you've decided who goes first or second, you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck and decide if you want to keep that hand or not. So I will probably keep this hand.
I got a full boat.
All the dots. You keep it? Or you mulligan?
I'm mulliganing
Alright,
that.
so Ryan is choosing to mulligan,
Whoa.
which means you take your hand and you shuffle it back into your deck. And then once you've shuffled it, you offer your deck to your opponent again to cut or tap, and then you draw your final 5 cards. You're only able to mulligan once per game. Then, from the top of your deck, you place your life areas. So my leader has 6, so in the life area, I put 6 life, and Ryan has 5, so he will put 5.
When you're putting your life down, make sure you start at the bottom and then you put a card on top of it. Keep going up.
Because that will become more important as we get into yellow and new colors and new sets.
Yeah, which you'll all learn about.
Better?
All
There you
right.
go.
We'll just say all right.
Oh, we didn't
One-
talk about Dawn.
Oh,
These are Dawn. So Dawn are like the equivalent of lands or energies in Pokemon and Magic, and they are kind of what fuel everything.
also we forgot to talk about areas on the. So this is a character area. This is where you actually bring out your characters, just like that. This is your life area. This is where your life goes. This is your deck, where your deck goes. If you run a stage card, that's where it goes. Leader, this is your trash, and this is your cost area for your Dawn. So when your active Dawn go here, and then your Dawn deck, which you're pulling Dawn from each turn, go here.
And every Dawn deck can only have 10 Dawn.
Correct. And because I went first, I do not get to draw, and I only Dawn 1 instead of 2. And I also cannot attack this turn. Neither player can attack on their first turn. And I will pass.
Alright, so I will draw since I'm going second. And then each turn after the first, you get 2 Dawn into your Dawn area. So I will arrest 1 Dawn, which means you're activating that Dawn to use the ability to play a Nami. And in the cards, the top left is what they cost. So 1 means I have to pay and rest 1 Dawn to play Nami, the character, into the character zone, as Ryan said. And this has an on-play ability, which means as soon as I put it onto the field, I can activate Nami's effect. So Nami's effect is to look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal a straw hat other than Nami, and I can add it to my hand. So I look at them, and on the cards, they have their type. I guess we were calling it kind of archetypes. So straw hat, animal, film. So any straw hat, I will get a Luffy, add it to my hand. The other ones go to the bottom. Then I don't have anything else in my hand that I want to play, so this Dawn will stay active. But when I end my turn, my leader's ability is that it forces me to take a life off of my life area. When you do this, though, there are no triggers, but we will get into triggers. And that is my turn, and we'll go to Ryan.
Sweet. Alright, I will draw. I will Dawn 2. Remember that no drawing thing, only on turn 1. And then I will tap 3 Dawn, and I will play out Nico Robin. She has a Dawn ×1, meaning if one Dawn is attached to her, when attacking, she can KO one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less, and this is your power. How Nami has 2,000, she has 4,000. So if I attacked, I could destroy that with a Dawn underneath. And I will go ahead, I can attack this turn, so I will attack. I will not, because his leader's at 6, my leader's at 5.
You use Luffy's Dawn ability?
I could use, yeah. So, I haven't played Luffy in a minute, I'm sorry guys. So once per turn, you can give the leader one of your characters one rested Dawn. So these are rested. I can use his ability, 6,000, and then I can attack Edward.
As you can see, it says your turn on the Dawn gets 1,000. So my power is 6,000. His power with the Dawn is now 6,000. If it is a tie, it means that I lose. Whoever is attacking is the winner. So that means that I have to play a counter. So on the cards, they have a counter, usually 1,000 or 2,000, and you send that from your hand to the trash card to power up your card. So I would play a 1,000 counter, making my Whitebeard 7,000 against his 6,000, meaning I win that battle.
Correct, and I will end my turn.
Alright, so then during your upkeep, everything untaps that was rested. 2 Dawn. So then I will rest my character to declare attacks on his leader for 6,000.
And I will not block that. I will take it. We lift up the card, make sure there's no trigger on that card. And if there's not, we go ahead and add it to our hand.
And then I will rest 4 Dawn to pay for Frankie's cost of 4 to play him out. And pass turn. And on the end of my turn, Whitebeard's effect activates, and I add a life to my hand.
Alright. I draw. I restand everything. Refresh is what that phase is called. And then we Dawn ×2. I will equip 1 Dawn to Nico Robin, which activates her effect. KO up to one of your opponents with 3,000 power or less. But I can't attack into these characters because they are active. You can only attack into characters that are rested, meaning turn sideways. You can attack a leader, whether he's active or rested, but this is only at 5,000. I got to get it to 6.
So if you want, you could just attack, but nothing happens to me.
So I will tap 3, and I will bring out Zoro. This card is unique because it has a rush ability, meaning the second that you bring it out, you can attack with it. Unless it has rush, you cannot attack with it. It's got summoning sickness, meaning that it has to wait, it has to be on the board for 1 turn before you can attack.
So for example, last turn I played Frankie, and I have to wait till my next turn to attack with him.
Correct. I will activate Leader's ability, which is take a Rested Dawn and add it to a character or a leader. I will add it to Nico Robin, bringing her to 6,000. I will attack Newgate, and I will destroy Nami with her effect.
So Nami would go to the trash pile, do the Robin's effect, and then I will play a 1,000 counter to bring him to 7,000 to stop the attack.
Cool. And I have 1 active Dawn left, so we will put it underneath our leader, and we will swing 6 at lead.
I will not take that, so I will look at the life card, make sure there's no trigger, add it to my hand.
And I will pass turn.
Alright, so we will untap everything, draw for turn, and get 2 Dawns. We're at 6 Dawn. So I will take Frankie and arrest him to declare tax on Robin for 6,000.
And as you can see, we're looking at counters here. I do have some counters, but you really want to decide on, do you want to say, is it worth saving this card and using your counters out of your hand? At this point, I don't feel it is, so we'll take it. Take your rested on, make sure it's in a rested pile. Put this in the trash.
Alright, then we will attack your leader with 6,000.
That one we will counter out of. We'll play Otama. It's got 2,000, bring it to 7,000.
And then I will rest 5 Dawn to play out a Luffy. As Ryan talked about, this Luffy has Rush. It also has another ability, but it requires 2 Dawn, and I only have 1 Dawn. But I will still go to attacks with Luffy since he has Rush to attack 6,000 at Ryan's leader.
And I will take, again, checking for triggers. No trigger, we'll go ahead and go to hand.
Alright, then I will rest 1 more Dawn to play out another Nami. Nami's on play ability activates to look at the top 5 for a Straw Hat. And you can add event cards if they are. So the only Straw Hat I have is a Brook. So I'll add Brook to hand. Then when I go to the end of my turn, Whitebeard's effect, I will take a life.
Yes, and on his Nami, he can add event cards with that specific card, but there are some cards that say character cards.
Character cards.
And if they say character cards, then you can't draw an event.
So it's the classic Magic saying of read the card to know what it does. Reading in One Piece is definitely important.
It is. My turn?
Your turn, yep.
Alright. So I will refresh. We'll draw. And we'll Dawn. You want to keep your Dawn in 2 distinctive piles, 1 active, 1 not active. Rested. And we will go ahead and we will play, we'll go 2 for Curly. Curly allows you to look at 5 cards off the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 red character with the cost of 1 or less.
Another on playability.
Yeah. And that one does say character, so you cannot get back anything but a character. So we'll go ahead and get Nami. She's 1. Make sure your opponent sees it, and then you can put the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. I will then tap 1 more to play out Gordon. Gordon's ability is active main, which you're in right now. You may place this character on the bottom of your deck. Give up to 1 of your opponent's characters minus 3,000 during this turn. So I will go ahead and activate that effect. We'll put it on the bottom. I will give that to Luffy, making it 3,000 instead of 6,000. And I will go ahead and attack 5,000 on 3,000.
So that would mean that I would need 3,000 worth of counters to save him. And so I'm going to let Luffy go to the trash pile.
Now when you are playing against an opponent, there's times when you want to go at their life, there's times when you want to clear their board. And that's probably the most trickiest thing to learn in this game, is when to do that and when not to.
We're going to have a separate tips and tricks video coming up of kind of some basic plays to make.
This is Otama. On play, give up to 1 of your opponent's characters, minus 2,000. Now this is specifically only characters, so you can't give it to the leader on this one. So I will minus Frankie 2,000, putting him at 4,000. I will activate leader ability, which is take a rested Dawn, add it to a character or a leader. I'll go 6,000 at the Frankie 4,000.
And Frankie will lose that battle.
Alright. And then we will go tap 3 more for Nico Robin, and I'll pass my turn.
Alright, so we untap our board, draw for turn, 2 Dawn. 8. So we'll arrest 1 Dawn for a Nami. On play again, look at the top 5. And We will add an event card this time since it says Straw Hat Crew. Then we will rest 7 Don for a Ace. And Ace's on-play ability is give up to 2 of your opponent's characters a minus 3,000 power during this turn. If your leader includes the Whitebeard Pirates type, then this character also gains a rush. So Edward Newgate is a 4 Emperor and Whitebeard Pirate, which means that Ace will gain rush. So his on-play ability will activate first. I will minus 3,000 to Zorro and minus 3,000 to Robin. Then I will go to my attacks with Whitebeard and attack 6,000 into Ryan's now 2,000 Zorro.
And we definitely will not block that.
And then because the Whitebeard ability activates, he can attack this turn without having to have Summoning Sickness. So I will attack his life for 7,000.
And I will take that. Again, checking for triggers.
And then now all my Dawn is rested. I will pass turn to Ryan. Whitebeard's effect again. I will take a life.
Alright. My turn. Draw. Let's see. Alright. We will go ahead and tap 9. We'll bring up Edward Newgate. That is on play. Up to one of your leaders gains 2,000 power until the end of your next turn, which means even when he's attacking, he's got this added 2,000. And then you do not have to add life. If I was playing like Newgate, you don't have to add your life from your life to your hand for 1 turn. It also has a Dawn ×2 when attacking, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less. I will activate his ability. We will swing 6 into Whitebeard.
And 6 into the Whitebeard. I will play a 2K counter making 8,000 to stop the attack.
Your go.
Alright, so I will refresh. Draw for turn.
That was actually my mistake. That should have been 8,000.
Oh,
But yeah, just
well,
no, you're good.
okay.
Just leave it as is. I just wanted to explain to them why I didn't.
yeah, because Whitebeard's effect would have pumped him a bit. He then tapped. So he is still at 8,000. So if I want to attack, I need to boost my leader. So I will rest 9 as well for my own Whitebeard. On play, he will give Edward Newgate plus 2,000, making him 8,000. And then his effect, during the end of my turn, I won't have to draw a card with this card. So then I will place 1 Dawn under Ace to make him 8,000, since Luffy due to Whitebeard. And then I will swing 8,000 at Luffy.
Well, that sucks. And I will go ahead and take that. No trigger.
And because Whitebeard is boosted by the other Whitebeard, I'll swing another 8,000 at Luffy.
Two 1K counters, 9,000.
Right. Then I'll pass turn, and due to this Edward's effect, I will not take a life at the end of my turn.
Draw. Refresh. And Dawn. Okay. So his leader is at 8,000. Let's go 9,000 at Ace.
9,000 into Ace. I will 3K worth of counter to make it 10,000.
All right. We'll go 12,000 into Ace, activating his effect because he's got 2 Dawn, and we'll pop one of the Namis.
Nami will die, and I do not want to spend that many counters, so Ace will die as well.
4 active Dawn left. we will. Well, that's not enough, is it? Well, that stinks.
Leader ability.
Thank you.
Yes.
Leader ability, we'll take one. Rested Dawn. Add it to Nico. And we'll do 8,000 at Edward's 8,000.
And Nico Robin's effect will explode Nami. And I don't want to take that life, so I will 2k counter to make him 10,000.
And I will end my turn.
Alright, so I will refresh. Draw for turn. So his leader now is back to a normal because of Whitebeard. So I will swing 6,000 at Nico Robin.
Nico Robin will die.
Okay. And then I will swing 10,000 at his leader.
And I will take that.
Then we will rest 9 for another Whitebeard. Whitebeard's effect will activate, upping him to 8,000 until my next turn. And then that is going to be the end of my turn. Due to his effect, I won't take a life. And here we go.
Nice. Draw. There's no more Dawn to draw, so just restand everything. So we will go at life.
Okay, so then in response, now will be the time for an event card. So an event card has a normal cost as well, and this one is a counter in red, which means I have to play it during my opponent's turn. If it says active main, that means you play it on your turn. So to activate the ability, I will rest 1 Dawn to activate the counter Radical Beam. So this is one of your leaders gains 2,000 power during this battle, but if you have 2 or less life cards, you get an extra 2,000. So because I have 1 life, my Whitebeard will get 4,000, making him 12,000 currently, but that's still a tie, which means I would lose. So then I will play an additional 2,000 to make it 14,000. And that's how you play event cards. And those are the ones with triggers, which we'll explain a little later.
So I will go, I'll put these eight Dawn on my leader. We'll use his effect. 14,000 at Newgate.
And Newgate will die.
Here we go.
Alright, so we'll refresh and draw for turn. Alright. So we will attack 9,000 at your leader.
And that will be game.
So because Ryan has no life left, and he wasn't able to counter out of it, one more hit because he has no life means that the game then ends.
Sweet. So if you guys found this helpful, go ahead and like, follow, subscribe.
I'll talk about the trigger real quick. So if this event card was on my life, and Ryan does damage to me, and I lift it, I can then activate its triggered ability. So for example, Radical Beams is, you or one of your leaders gains 1,000 power during this turn. So lift the life card, and I would say activate trigger, or you can choose to bring it to your hand.
All right, guys. Go ahead and comment below. Let us know what else you guys want to see, and we will definitely have some more videos with a little more in-depth things to talk about.
All right, thanks for watching.